Peace of Christ to everyone. We will continue showing the corruption of Muhammad himself, not only the Quran. Supposedly this is a Muslim kid is answering me. Let us listen carefully and see what he is saying. We asked him in the first video why the Quran, why Osman he burned the verses. You know, he said that, the Quran, the copies of the Quran. He said because he decided to print the Quran regarding recitation of Muhammad. So now he is accusing his prophet to be the reason for changing the verses, and he said the following. Listen carefully.
And you said Uthman ibn Affan, the corruption happened in his time, that's why he burned all those copies. What Uthman ibn Affan did is that he took the Quran and reorganized the surahs according to the...
Guys, reorganized. Do you know what mean reorganized? Which mean he have the decision to organize. Which mean I am the one who decide where to put this verse or to move this verse from a place to a place. And we showed you in the verse before, or the surah before, that those who change location of verses or words in the Quran or any book of God, they are the one who do corruption. And he just said he did reorganize. Let us see he reorganized according to what? Listen carefully.
According to the recitation of the Prophet, peace be upon him. We all know that the first surah revealed was Al-Alaq. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq.
So if it's according to the recitation of your Prophet, well, the recitation says that the first chapter was Al-Alaq, as you said, not Al-Fatiha, because the first verse he recited, it was Al-Alaq, as you said from your mouth. So you are saying that Muhammad is the one who ordered them to change and play with the Quran. Listen carefully, guys.
خلق الإنسان من علق. Then, what in the Mus'haf we have today, the first surah is...
Listen carefully, he said the Mus'haf we have today, which means it's not the Quran was given to Muhammad as it is. Be careful for words. This is from his mouth. The Mus'haf, the book we have today, not the one was given to Muhammad. It's different, because as you see, the first chapter was Al-Alaq. Now the first chapter in the Quran today is what?
Al-Fatiha.
Al-Fatiha. So who is the one who moved Al-Fatiha when it is not the first chapter to be there? If the Quran already saying if you move location of revelation from a place to a place, you are doing corruption. So who is allowing the Muslims to do so?
The Prophet, peace be upon him, after the Quran was revealed completely, he recited the surahs Al-Fatiha, then Al-Baqarah.
I challenge you to prove that, and you are a liar big time. And I challenge any Muslim to show me reference for what you said, that he recited Al-Fatiha, then Al-Baqarah, then etc. This is a big fat lie, and I challenge any Muslim to prove it. And you know what? If this is true, this is for my good, because this is mean that your God Allah, he is a fool, and Muhammad, he was correct in his Quran. Because if the Quran is perfect as it is, came from God, why Muhammad he need to change location of verses and chapters? Did the God told him to do so? Show me. Show me. If God never told him to do so, it's mean he himself, he was doing corruption for the book of God. If this is the book of God, otherwise no prophet of God have the courage, or no reason even. Give me one reason. If the first chapter was Al-Alaq, why you move them? Why you change them? Why you play with the book of God? Man, even Muhammad playing in the Quran. Continue.
And Ali Imran. So what Uthman did is that he reorganized the surahs according to the recitation of the Prophet, peace be upon him. He didn't...
So now Muhammad himself is accused to be the corruption guy. And now guys, I will show you something. You might, I think you will love it. You know what? Let us hear him more before I show you that, because I want to use his words in my answer.
No corruption happened, and it's impossible that the corruption will happen, because 10 people memorized the whole book, not mentioning the other people that...
Okay, thank you. So it's impossible to corrupt the Quran. Why? Because 10 people did memorize the book. When the Quran in Surah 2 verse 106 saying, none of our revelation do we abrogate or cause to be forgotten. So your God Allah himself saying the Quran will be caused to be forgetting many of the revelation. So if you say it's impossible to be forgetting any verse, and Allah saying no, you will forget many verse, which one we will believe, your God Allah or you? I think you, because Allah is a liar. He is saying here clearly, or caused to be forgetting. Do you see it? What is that? Revelation. And this is not the Bible, by the way. Read carefully. This is about the Quran. He's talking about your prophet. So he's talking about the Quran will be caused to be forgetting. So let us say that 10 people you are mentioning, they memorize the Quran. Then your God Allah decide to cause some verses to be forgotten. Does that mean those 10 people, they forgot what Allah want them to forget or no? If they forgot, it means there is missing verses of the Quran. If they did not, it means your Quran is a book of lie, because he is saying they will forget Quran. Read it. So if we believe in this verse in the Quran, it means you are a liar and Muslims are liars. If we believe in what you said, it means Allah is a liar. You choose one, and whatever you choose is going to expose Islam and show us how stupid the idea to say we memorize the Quran when your God Allah himself saying you will forget the Quran. Hello. Thank you. Let us continue with more.
That memorized some verses, so it's impossible to corrupt the Quran. And even this time, if you want to destroy all the copies and any copies in the internet or books pages, the Quran will come back in 2 hours.
Man, the Quran will come back in 2 hours? Listen carefully, guys. I will show you something, and we will laugh together. To show you a very big proof about the corruption of the Quran, let me make the text bigger for you so you can read with me better. This is Surah 5 verse 3. It says in here, in that verse, Muhammad saying according to his God Allah, that today, this day, listen to this, guys, I have perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you. If we go to the books of Asbab al-Nuzul, which means the reason for those verses to come down, according to Muslims, because it's coming from Allah, right? Coming from up, from the roof. Yeah. So if we read why this verse came down, it is at the end of the life of Muhammad, which means this came when the Quran was completed. Now, if this is listen, read carefully with me, please. This day, it's talking about time and day. And this God is talking, not Muhammad supposedly. I perfected your religion. So the religion became perfect. For you, completed. You know what completed mean? So if we take this, that the Islam was completed without the Quran, it's mean what the reason for the Quran? Oh, the Quran is a book of garbage. If the Quran was not completed yet, and Allah saying today, your religion completed to you and my favor upon you is completed and became perfect. So there is one of two. Either Islam was perfected as a religion by, which means the message was given to people without finishing the Quran, or this verse came at the end of the Quran. Now if we accept the first one, that Islam was perfected and completed, now the question is, what is the reason for 100? This is Surah 5. Look carefully. What the reason for 109 chapter came after this verse? 109 verses came after this verse. If the Quran is completed, if the religion of Islam is completed, and the religion of Islam and Quran is one, because there is no religion of Islam without Quran. So when he say, I completed to you, perfected to you, it means the book is completed. And if this is in Surah 5 verse 3, as you see, there's a problem in there. Because this is mean that we should delete and throw in the garbage the 109 chapter. Because the Quran is completed. The religion is completed. So there is no need for 109 chapter to come after. So who is the one who add the 109 chapter? So we have one of two solution. Either this verse was at the end of the Quran and Muslims move it all the way to the beginning, which is a corruption and showing us that Muslims playing with their Quran, or this verse, it is there as it is from God, which means God Allah. He did not make the 109 chapter after this chapter, because as you see, it's completed. Completed, perfected, which means nothing is missing and no more messages will be given to you, because it's completed. Correct? Jesus is Lord, Islam is false. Amen. Thank you.